Hey everybody, we got a quick little news update for you because the news has broke that Sony has acquired Bungie for a $3.6 billion sum, which Mogan, this comes just on the heels a mere 2 weeks after Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard.
Remind me how much Microsoft paid for Activision. It was way more, right? Like 67?
67.8 billion, I want to say. So
Yeah,
like
okay.
way higher. I mean,
So
obviously like
Sony's getting a
Activision
deal.
Blizzard's Activision
It's a
Blizzard
bigger
is a bigger
company.
company.
Yeah, it
That's
makes
a bigger
sense.
thing for sure. But according to GamesIndustry.biz, Sony Interactive Entertainment today, which today was Monday, January 31st, announced a deal to acquire Bungie for 3.6 billion, the latest in a string of big ticket consolidation deals in the games industry. After the deal closes, Bungie will be an independent subsidiary of Sony, run by a board of directors consisting of current CEO and chairman Pete Parsons and the rest of the studio's current management team. Sony has said Bungie will remain a multi-platform studio with the option to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. At present, the studio is working on maintaining Destiny 2, expanding the Destiny franchise, and working on new IP. Quote, "We've had a strong partnership with Bungie since the inception of the Destiny franchise, and I couldn't be more thrilled to officially welcome the studio to the PlayStation family," said SIE president and CEO Jim Ryan. So, how are you thinking about this, Mogan? I know that neither of us are huge like
Destiny
Bungie people,
fans.
Destiny
Yeah.
fans. Like we haven't really dabbled it. I mean, I played the campaigns of Destiny 1 and 2, and that's about the extent of it. I never went to the huge grind to like level up my characters and different stuff like that. But still, it's pretty impressive to see Sony snatch up such a big grab. What do you think this means for Sony? What do you think it means for Bungie?
So, first of all, back in my day, Bungie's game was Halo. So that's all
Yeah.
I know about Bungie.
Well, and that's
But,
interesting. I mean, that's
and
interesting to
that
see that
also,
they were partnered with Microsoft.
yeah, exactly.
They've had an interesting trajectory. Really quick, let me say this real
Yeah.
fast. That they started out as indie, were acquired and made the first Halo game. Then were acquired by Microsoft and worked under Microsoft. Then they branched off, did their own thing after they separated from Microsoft, and that's when they really like launched with Bungie with Destiny and everything. Is went for Destiny after they went independent. Then they got acquired by Activision Blizzard a few years after that. Then in 2019 they abruptly ended that partnership, and went back to being independent. And now they're owned by Sony. So they've changed
So
hands quite a few times.
And this
But
is the thing that's confusing to me because clearly they like being independent. To do it more than once, they clearly keep partnering up with corporations and then going, we don't love
no,
this.
yeah.
So honestly, my reaction is just why?
Mhm.
Why do this again? Because I feel like it's not going to last. I feel like based on Bungie's track record, either Sony's going to close them down eventually, which I don't think that'll happen.
I
That's
don't
like
think
I'm
that'll
thinking
happen.
far future
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
eventually many studios do eventually shut down. So
Sure.
either Sony shuts them down 10, 15 years from now or so on, or they break up with Sony and they go back to being independent. So it's like, what's the really what I don't understand other than just money is what's the benefit to Bungie?
Yeah.
I know that I'm sure there's more to it than just money. It's like the platform, blah, blah, blah. But what is Sony able to give them that is better than their ability to be independent? I
Mhm.
really just kind of don't get it. I don't think this is as monumentous as Activision Blizzard being acquired by Microsoft. I feel like that's a way bigger
Yeah.
deal. This one just kind of makes me go, huh, weird.
I think it's kind of like a building block. I think it's going to be one of those things. It's like, yes, they want Destiny
Disney.
is its
Because they're all
own.
Disney now.
Destiny is its own like huge franchise now. It very much supports itself, like in terms of like being an ongoing product, ongoing game that people can jump into. And I think they're going to continue that. But I think it kind of is one of those things. It's like they have new ideas they want to work on. And as it already said in this gamesindustry.biz article, that they are like working on a new IP that hasn't been announced yet and stuff like that. But I think it's one of those things. My thought is that they wanted to take this as the chance to be able to like, hey, Destiny's set, Destiny's like established. We can now kind of put that to like relegate that to other teams or to lower level teams, and let's focus on something else. Well, to do that, needing to do both at the same time, that requires money. And I think
Yeah,
that's why
that's
they're
true.
like, hey, anybody interested? Not you, Microsoft. We've been with you before. Activision Blizzard, we've been with you before. And now, hey, you're Microsoft. Sony, hey, but why don't we see what we can do together? And I think that's kind of the thing like that. I think Sony is also looking to maximize the multiplayer offering that Bungie is familiar with giving and presenting. I think that it's one of those games that like has that big, huge, massive player base, and I think it's one of the things that Aside, and I know it's going to stay multi-platform, which I think is the way to go with that too. I think at this point, like Destiny's such a long-running and like ingrained cross-platform game as a game and everything. I think like taking that away would be a huge blow.
Splitting it would be a massive mistake. They would
big
do
mistake.
That.
So I don't necessarily feel like they would do that. I do like though that it's kind of the thing that it's like this isn't Bungie isn't going to become a it doesn't sound like it's going to become an exclusives machine for Sony, being that they said that they're going to be that it says in this article that they're going to remain a multi-platform studio with the option to self-publish and reach players wherever they choose to play. That I mean, well, I say that in that I don't think they're going to become like a Naughty Dog, say, where like they only put out the exclusive for PlayStation and Sony. I think they're going to continue to put out stuff across other places, and maybe even give them the chance, like say, like what Ninja Theory did with Hellblade. Like they made, you know, they had done a couple other games in the past through other developers and distributors and stuff like that, but then they still said, hey, we have this passion project we want to work on, and that's resulted in Hellblade. So I think maybe Bungie's looking at like, hey, we want to do something like that too. Something that really gives us something new and fresh to work on, but hey, we need the money to do that. It's easier to do that with a partner. Let's let Sony help us in maintaining and running Destiny, and providing its resources. I know Destiny already had lots of like somewhat exclusivity agreements with Sony anyway, somewhat how Call of Duty did as well in the past. And so I think we'll see just kind of that stuff continue on. But I think overall it's going to be one of those things. It's like Bungie's obviously a very great established studio and have made fantastic games for their whole history. And I think Sony's just trying to capitalize that. Bungie's trying to capitalize that. And I think it's going to be good things going forward because, and so I think that they're going to have some really good, getting a phone call, excuse me. I think they're going to, it's going to make for some pretty impressive games coming out of the future for them.
I mean, let's certainly hope so. That's the whole goal, right? Is that these acquisitions result in better games, not more of the same. So if we do get something wild and different out of it, awesome. And honestly, for me, even if we don't, I don't play anything Bungie makes.
It doesn't change my life at all.
It doesn't change my life.
I mean, of course, this news broke, and I'm like, is this when I get back into Destiny? Because again, I liked it. It's just like, it's one of those games that like I feel like requires having the player base with you, the friend group or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
And you know, I'm an introverted old person. I don't like making the friends.
An opportunity to befriend Roro again.
Yeah, there we go. So I think there's a lot of good stuff out there. I think it will be interesting to see, especially too how like Destiny continues to grow with all of this stuff. But I think overall, like, I don't have any like weird bad feelings about this one at all. It's like, you know, it's kind of like the Activision Blizzard one. You're like, okay, that's cool, but you got a lot of work to do. This one, it kind of seems like, okay, you know, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of like extra baggage come along with it. They're just picking up a good game studio to help continue making great games. So seems like a good win all around to me.
Sure. We'll just have to see how it goes. Like, this is one of those things where I really, my opinion is just like, how about them apples?
Yeah.
Like, that's about.
I mean,
where
I didn't
stand.
expect it. I didn't expect this at all.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So it was an interesting thing to see the news hit.
I would love to see, like, was this actually reactionary? Like, did Sony not have these plans at all? And then, because you gotta imagine that these conversations take time.
Yeah,
so
I don't think
it was
there's
already
any
in the
way.
works, or Sony saw Microsoft buy Activision, and they were like, oh shit, Bungie, we gotta get him on the phone real quick.
I don't think there's any way that it was a 100% complete reactionary thing to it because of that. There's so much time, and it takes so much time in negotiating for these deals. You don't just throw around 3.6 billion all willy-nilly. So it's like, you know, I feel like that there's no way that this deal could have come about from ideation to fruition in literally 2 weeks. So I feel like it's been in the works for a while, and they've just been a really good job at keeping it quiet. So it's exciting stuff to see though. So who knows?
Yeah.
We'll see. What do you think about Sony buying Bungie? Are you tired of seeing the other companies scoop up other companies and don't like it? Or are you like more of that, please? Let us know. Send us an email, teamchatpodcast@gmail.com. Follow us along at our Discord or on social media and interact with us there. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, everybody, I'm one of your hosts, Jarrett Wilson, joined by my co-host, Rachel Mogan.
Peace out.
We'll see you all next time.